From paper to phones, Nokia's early days. Nokia has a long and fascinating history. It all started in 1865 in Finland. The company began as a paper mill. This was a far cry from the tech giant it would become. Over the years, Nokia dabbled in different industries. It made rubber products and even cables. This willingness to explore different fields would serve it well in the future. In the 1960s, Nokia entered the electronics industry. It started by making equipment for telecommunications. This move proved to be crucial for the company's future. By the 1980s, Nokia was developing mobile phones. This was a time when mobile phones were bulky and expensive. Nokia saw an opportunity to make them smaller and more affordable. Nokia's early mobile phones were innovative for their time. They were some of the first to offer features like text messaging or SMS. The company's focus on design and usability also set it apart. Nokia understood that mobile phones needed to be more than just gadgets. They had the potential to become essential tools for communication. Connecting the world. Nokia's rise to the top. The 1990s saw an explosion in the popularity of mobile phones. Nokia was at the forefront of this revolution. The company's phones became synonymous with reliability and ease of use. Nokia's marketing was also very effective. The iconic Nokia ringtone became instantly recognizable around the world. One of Nokia's key strengths was its global reach. The company sold its phones in almost every corner of the world. It developed phones for different markets and price points. This strategy allowed Nokia to capture a huge share of the global mobile phone market. Nokia's success was also driven by its strong brand. The company's phones were seen as aspirational products. They were associated with quality, innovation, and style. People trusted the Nokia brand, and this trust translated into sales. By the late 1990s, Nokia was the undisputed king of the mobile phone world. It seemed like nothing could stop the Finnish company's dominance. However, the seeds of change were already being sown. The technology landscape was about to undergo a seismic shift. The Nokia, standard phones for everyone. Nokia's success wasn't just about being in the right place at the right time. The company had a knack for understanding what people wanted in a phone. Before smartphones, people wanted phones that were simple to use, reliable and affordable. Nokia delivered on all these fronts. Take the Nokia 3310, for example. This phone, launched in 2000, became a cultural icon. It was known for its indestructible build quality and long battery life. People loved its simple design and intuitive interface. The 3310 was a phone for everyone. Nokia also understood the power of customization. The company offered a wide range of interchangeable covers for its phones. This allowed users to personalize their phones and express their individuality. This was a novel concept at the time and contributed to Nokia's popularity, especially among younger demographics. Nokia's focus on simplicity and usability extended to its software as well. The company's Symbian operating system, while not as flashy as some of its competitors, was known for its stability and efficiency. It ran smoothly even on phones with limited processing power. The winds of change. The smartphone revolution begins. The early 2000s saw the emergence of a new type of mobile phone, the smartphone. These devices were more powerful than traditional feature phones. They offered advanced functionalities like web browsing, email and apps. The first true smartphone, the IBM Simon Personal Communicator, had actually appeared in 1994. However, it was ahead of its time and failed to gain widespread adoption. The arrival of the BlackBerry in the early 2000s marked a turning point. The BlackBerry's focus on email and messaging resonated with business users. It showed that there was a market for phones that could do more than just make calls and send text messages. Nokia, however, was initially slow to react to the smartphone threat. The company believed that its dominance in the feature phone market would continue. It underestimated the appeal of smartphones to consumers. This would prove to be a costly mistake. Section 5, a late response, Nokia's Symbian struggle. As the smartphone market began to heat up, Nokia did eventually attempt to respond. The company released a series of smartphones running its Symbian operating system. However, Symbian, once a leader in the mobile OS space, was starting to show its age. It was not as intuitive or user-friendly as the operating systems found on competing smartphones. Nokia's Symbian phones were also hampered by a lack of developer support. Developers were more interested in creating apps for Apple's iOS and Google's Android operating systems. These platforms offered a larger potential audience and better development tools. Despite these challenges, Nokia continued to release Symbian-powered smartphones. The company hoped that its brand recognition and global distribution network would be enough to keep it competitive. However, it was becoming increasingly clear that Nokia was fighting a losing battle. Section 6, falling behind the rise of Android and iOS. In 2007, Apple released the iPhone. This revolutionary device changed the game completely. The iPhone's sleek design, intuitive touchscreen interface, and vast app store were unlike anything the world had ever seen. It set a new standard for smartphones and left competitors, including Nokia, scrambling to catch up. At the same time, Google's Android operating system was gaining traction. Android was open source, meaning that any phone manufacturer could use it. This led to a flood of affordable Android smartphones entering the market. Android's open ecosystem also fostered rapid innovation, with new features and apps being developed at a breakneck pace. Nokia, meanwhile, was stuck in a rut. The company's Symbian operating system was no match for the slickness of iOS or the versatility of Android. Nokia's smartphones felt clunky and outdated in comparison. The company was losing market share rapidly. Section 7, A New Hope, the Microsoft Partnership. In 2011, Nokia made a bold move. They partnered with Microsoft. Nokia adopted Windows Phone as its primary platform. The hope was to challenge Apple and Google. The partnership initially showed promise. Lumia smartphones were well received, but Windows Phone lacked developer support. It couldn't match iOS or Android's reach. The partnership ultimately failed. Section 8, the end of an era, selling the mobile division. By 2013, it was clear that Nokia's mobile phone business was in dire straits. The company was losing money and market share at an alarming rate. Something had to give. In a move that shocked the tech world, Nokia announced that it was selling its mobile phone business to Microsoft. The deal, worth 5.44 billion euros, marked the end of an era. Nokia, once the undisputed king of the mobile phone world, was out of the handset business. The sale of Nokia's mobile division was a humbling fall from grace for the Finnish company. It was a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of the tech industry. Companies that fail to adapt to changing market conditions do so at their peril. Section 9, A New Beginning, Nokia's Reinvention. The sale of its mobile phone business was not the end for Nokia. The company still had its networking and patents businesses. Nokia decided to focus on these areas, reinventing itself as a network infrastructure and technology licensing company. This strategic shift proved to be a wise decision. Nokia's expertise in networking technology was in high demand. The company played a key role in the rollout of 4G networks. It is now a leading player in the development of 5G technology. Nokia's patent portfolio, which includes thousands of patents related to mobile technology, also generates significant revenue for the company. Section 10, Lessons Learned, Adapting in the Tech World. Nokia's story is a cautionary tale about the importance of adaptability in the tech industry. The company's failure to anticipate and respond to the smartphone revolution ultimately led to its downfall. Nokia's story teaches us that no company, no matter how dominant, is immune to disruption. Nokia's initial success was partly due to its ability to understand and cater to the needs of its customers. However, as the market evolved, Nokia became complacent. It failed to recognize the shift in consumer preferences towards smartphones. By the time Nokia realized the gravity of the threat, it was too late. The tech industry is constantly evolving. Companies that want to stay ahead of the curve need to be agile and adaptable. They need to be willing to cannibalize their own products and business models in order to stay relevant. Nokia's story is a reminder that even the most successful companies can fall victim to disruption if they fail to adapt. Section 11, Nokia today, a different kind of powerhouse. Today, Nokia is a very different company than it was in its mobile phone heyday. Nokia is a major player in the telecommunications infrastructure industry. Nokia's story is a testament to resilience. Instead of clinging to the past, Nokia embraced change and reinvented itself. Nokia is building a new legacy as a leader in the connected world.